what remains of the first facade of the Karnak temple. So we're now standing in front of the first facade, and you can see the walkway is lined with sphinxes here. And also the obelisk that I showed you there earlier. Close look. Okay, we're just walking into the first area beyond the first facade. Some very big stone statues there. The hat the Pharaoh is wearing is actually a hat that includes both the hat for the upper and lower kingdoms of Egypt. One is called the red hat, the one that is kind of on the outside, and then the pokey one is for the lower.
This one started from the old kingdom. If you remember, I told you that the history divided for three kingdoms: the old kingdom, the middle kingdom, and the new kingdom. So the original part for this temple should be in the middle of the temple where the sanctuary is, and this one was built by the old kingdom, or during the old kingdom. And all the kings came after that, they start to add different parts inside the temple. So from the old kingdom till the new kingdom, they start to build all the huge temple around it. The last part here, or the front of the temple, was built by the king Ramses III. And as I told you, he died before he finished this one. That's why you can see the mud brick wall behind the pylon here. You remember I told you that scenes for the king Ramses III, like this one here, he is splitting the enemies in front of the god Ammon. If you look to the king, he's holding stick in his hand, wearing the red crown, and he should carry or hold the enemies in his hand, and he's smithing them. And you can see at front of him the god Ammon. And as I told you, the god got two forms. One looks like animal with a ram head, and the second form for the god Ammon, human man with two feathers over the head. So this is the hall and the sanctuary. Okay, I mean the design for the temple. The pylon, behind the pylon, the first courtyard. After the courtyard, the small hall covered with a ceiling or with a roof. Behind this one, the sanctuary of the temple. So it depends if it is small or big, the numbers of halls and the number of columns inside the temple. So this is a small temple actually. If you look, you will see the statues on the right and left side. This belongs to the king Ramses III, all the statues, and all the statues.
Or just a facade.
It is a facade, yes.
That's all.
It doesn't hold anything up.
No, it is a facade. Yeah. Okay. At front of the gate, you can see three statues for the king Ramses II. 1, 2, and the third one broken. Okay, so this is three statues for the king Ramses II.
Oh, I see.
Two of them was the Queen Nefertari, or this one was the Queen Nefertari. The Queen Nefertari, she was one of the wives for the king Ramses II, and was the favorite wife or the lovely wife for him. He married many wives, and he had too many sons in ancient Egypt. Here we still have the original cover. The original cover is still covered.
You can see the colors on the top.
If
And
you
also
up,
There's some colored up there.
this is the original colors.
Yeah.
Should be covered all the scenes in all.
So we just left the inner temple that was built by Ramses II with all the colonnades. Up on top is where the upper part would let light in. You can see the curves. And then we're also standing in front of one of the tall obelisks that are in this facility.
other hand, before she is one of the main role for 21 years, and she represented herself as a man to control the country because in ancient Egypt.
This obelisk is for Queen Hatshepsut, who became a pharaoh. More on that later. That's the god Amun and his wife.
In Egypt, the scarab is statue. And in ancient Egypt, they had a story says if you had any wish and you goes around the scarab 7 times, the wish will get true. This is one of the stories.
That area there with the rubble is how they actually built the walls. The rubble would be added in a ramp style up to the top, and then they did that also for the columns when they were putting them in, and then later as they started down they would actually start the decorations on the walls. So here we are at the Luxor temples. The road that leads in the middle leads all the way back to the Karnak temples, which I'll have to find out what the distance is. So
This part of the Sphinx,
it's 3 kilometers from Karnak to Luxor.
name is and the other one got the
Okay, we walked inside the first area.
So here we have 3 rooms. The one in the middle for Amun Ra. The one to the right hand side.
So we entered the next courtyard with these beautiful columns. So that was a colony walking out.
This is the open courtyard, and this hall is used to collect the offerings during the Eid. So all the people that they come and give the offerings for the things in the hall here, and they collect all these offerings. One of the stories, or one of the story says about the Opet festival during the time of the King Ramses II, that he collect offerings, which is like 2,000 sheep, 5,000 goats, 6,000 cows, how many kilometers from land, too many money actually he got it from the people during the Opet festival, and this is to he collected, and after that he used it to pay for the people to serve him, to build his monuments and to do the monuments over. Okay. That front of you, this one was blocked by the people. They rebuilt it and they covered it, as you see, with the stucco, and you can see the paintings inside. For some people standing, they are the priests and the monks of the church, and there is a small entrance used by the ancient people to go to the main sanctuary of the temple in that time. So they sharing each other the temple here to do their ceremonies. If you look,
This is the inner sanctuary.
Questo qui chamado o mesmo nome de Luxor, chamado cetro, que era símbolo da força e poder no antigo Egito. Depois, aqui há o Deus Segundos, Deus de Lua.